組嘅球隊咧，包括阿根廷、波蘭、香港同埋尼日利亞4隊嘅。好啦，咁啊呢一場波咧就係香港對波蘭啦，就係開幕戰第2場嘅賽事。咁啊香港嘅第1場賽事開波後冇耐，韋倫咧首先咧係香港隊咧先拔頭籌咧，就射過咗個古查斯基嘅十指關嘅。1比0領先，咁啊！但係咧，而家你見到啊，呢個白衫嘅波蘭嘅帕韋拿咧就係跌咗喺度，球證吹罰香港隊嘅。咁啊，跟住見到咧就係米高羅斯基一扔後呢個波咧就不思高薪咧就勁射地波入網1比1，咁就波蘭咧係追成平手嘅。好啦，波蘭追成平手之後繼續嚟咯，而家3號加路查咧，哇喺大順咗咧喺呢個6碼嘅小禁區前邊咧，寫個地波入網2比1啦，波蘭咧係超前。好嘅，歐偉倫咧轉身抽射又睇啦呢個香港隊咧就係追成2比2嘅，已經係下半場嘅比賽嚟㗎啦。歐偉倫頭先射球波嘅時候啊，好咁啊大家咧打成2比2嘅平手，呀又係呢個3號球員喎，呢個加路查咧梅開2度之下咧就波蘭咧反超前3比2啦。咁啊，打到呢個時候咧，就似乎香港隊嘅防線方面咧有啲漏洞啦，一射省咗出嚟啊！呢個4號米高羅斯基再傳翻出嚟，中間咧就俾啊呢個咧就係史文石咧射成4比2，最後咧就係波蘭以4比2咧擊敗香港。
香港嘅第2場賽事咧就面對住阿根廷，香港着翻佢嘅紅色衫，阿根廷係藍色衫啦。一開波咧已經有機會啊，但係可惜歐維倫咧呢個張志德咧冇辦法射入啊。咁啊，但係咧呢一個進攻已經獲得全場嘅掌聲啊！哇，跟住又見到山道士有個頭槌啊！咁啊喺呢個賽事咧好少用頭槌入波嘅，但係山道士咧都頭槌咧都咁有威脅。睇翻阿根廷嘅俾進攻啦，咁啊但係呢個角球失咗就俾陳志剛截到，跟住咧隔離有山道士冇咗啦，俾山道士一趟咧入網啊！上半場有9分53秒啦，香港憑住山道士一射咧係1比0領前啦。呢個亦都要讚阿江仔啊！陳志剛後半場一帶到上嚟咧係交俾山道士係射入嘅。呢一場波對呢個香港非常之重要啊，因為香港第1場已經輸咗啦，如果呢場再輸嘅話就出事無望噶啦。而家咧目前1比0領前，跟住山道士連過兩關，守門員一衝埋出嚟啊！呢個時候咧交中間有人射到好啦，交到。但係可惜咧細鬼踩波車，跟住趕上嚟嘅陳炳安咧將個波咧一射咧射咗上個上邊個網啊，咁啊中唔到咧喺龍門框個網，咁啊冇計啦。咁啊比賽咧進入下半場，咁啊打下半場一開波咧呢個芝景尼斯咧就已經睇呢個阿根廷咧追成1比1啦。咁喺呢個時候咧就好多球迷都睇香港隊打戲㗎。咁啊但係咧見到阿根廷嘅攻勢越嚟越盛啊，咁啊最後咧更加由阿華路斯咧射多入1球添。咁啊阿根廷咧反超前，咁啊但係香港隊咧其實咧有一個波咧就係半係炸糊㗎。嗱呢個波咧就係山路士將個波一射出嚟嘅時候咧，嗱呢個波再射咧球證係判炸糊，咁啊冇計。結果咧香港係以1比2輸呢場波，出唔到線啦。
香港隊輸咗2場之後咧，第3場對住利亞咧，屬於咧破釜沉舟，非勝不可㗎。咁其實咧佢哋嘅球員亦都非常之努力喎。首先由咧係山道士咧係打開呢個紀錄先。好啦，右手邊嘅山道士再咧俾入去中間漏晒咧，益晒咧就係近2場之經常上陣嘅陳志光咧，將個紀錄嘅逐漸咪拋離咗啦。咁啊尼日利亞咧又咧係嗰邊個傲快咧，就追成係1比2。尼日利亞同香港一樣啊，2場賽事咧都係輸波。咁啊呢場咧最後咧其實勝負都無關重要，不過咧面子有關。咁再睇下呢個攻勢先，山道士咧陳志光俾入去中間歐偉倫一射，再將個紀錄拋到咧有2個入球嘅距離。10號甩低陳志剛，咁啊互相回傳，最後陳志剛咧就係梅開2度，以4比1咧係贏翻一場賽事。
咁世界盃五人足球賽第2階段咧今日展開。咁我哋睇下依家響紅磡體育館舉行緊嘅阿根廷對荷蘭呢場波。呢場呢就依咗個賽事由藍席間3嘅阿根廷對荷蘭嘅。咁打到依家為止係接近上半場完場，比數仲係0-0。咁雙方仲未人能夠打開紀錄㗎。咁阿根廷呢響分組賽 A 組呢以3戰3勝得6分係第1名出線嘅，而荷蘭呢就 B 組2勝1負得4分響次名係出線㗎。咁喺呢10幾分鐘睇嚟，呢雙方係大快打快，咁球員咧頻頻施射，阿根廷呢仲有2腳射中龍門彈出，咪失咗入波機會㗎。咁除咗呢場波之外呢，E 組呢就喺巴西對美國嘅，而九龍公園2場 F 組呢，伊朗對波蘭，西班牙對比利時㗎。
Recuperate, vamos, Lucio, anda recuperate.
Bien, un poquito más de compromiso ofensivo. Sale Posaro y Valda. Estamos. Yo creo que le mandamos un par de jugadas que le faltó final. Estamos. Me hubiera gustado esa jugada, sobre todo cuando yo le decía que le pegue el dulce. Primero que eso fuera, en otra forma la parada. La picada empezó bien y no terminó. Miramos esa jugada. Estamos. Ojo que el detalle es contigo, ¿eh?
Football Championships features Brazil against Spain, two countries with full-time indoor football leagues. The winners of the forthcoming semi-final will play the United States of America in tomorrow's final here at the Hong Kong Coliseum. Brazil's principal source of goals is number 11 Ortiz, one of the few players in the squad with any experience of 11-a-side football. Their captain's number 12 Vanda, who's hit 5 goals so far in his free-scoring Brazilian team. Spain without Xavi, who's suspended, while their outstanding players undoubtedly number 7 Alvaro, who's 5 times been voted the top indoor player in the Spanish league. Incidentally, the indoor rules of both Spanish and Brazilian football indoor are virtually identical, but quite different from the rules in these championships. But before we get underway, a chance to bring you up to date with the rules. 20 minutes each way. If there's a draw at full time, 10 minutes of extra time, then penalties. The clock is stopped each time the ball is out of play. There are touch lines and dead ball lines, but no throw-ins, kick-ins instead. No offside, the ball can travel above head height too, and you can make as many substitutions as you want. The goalkeeper can't kick or throw the ball directly into an opponent's half of the court. The ball has to bounce in the goalkeeper's half of the pitch first. And once a goalkeeper's touched the ball, he has 4 seconds only to release it. And after playing the ball, the goalkeeper can't touch it again with hand or foot until an opponent has played the ball or the ball has crossed the halfway line. So this match will be underway any moment. Brazil, in their traditional yellow jerseys, will be playing from right to left in the first half. Their starting 5. Serginho, the goalkeeper, Manuel, Chiquinho, Jorginho and Vanda. And Brazil on the attack from the start, and they've won themselves a kick-in. Vanda, captain and very much the playmaker. Chiquinho, Manuel, they really are a delight to watch. That just gave you a taste of what's to come with Chiquinho driving this one in. Llorente. Spain have hardly had the ball outside their own half of the field so far. Alvaro. Manuel. Oh, how about that? Driven over the top by Vanda. Julian. Llorente. Alvaro. Manuel. This is Manuel again. Winners, of course, play the United States of America in the final of the competition. 0-0. 18 minutes left of the first half. Brazil in possession. Jorginho. Manuel. It was Pato who got the final touch, but once again Brazil were through then. Llorente. Julian. It's been a much more patient game than the first of these semi-finals between Iran and the USA. Llorente, that's a great ball. Alvaro denied by Serginho. Well, if that's the quality of goalkeeping we're going to see, we're in for a treat. In the '89 World Championships, Brazil beat Spain 5-3 in one of the qualifying rounds on their way to winning the competition. Ortiz, blocked by his opposite number 11, Llorente. Good stop by Llorente. That's the first goal though. Vanda on target. 1-0 Brazil, and the celebrations begin in earnest. Terrific shot by Vanda. Remember, every time the ball goes out of play or the game is stopped, the clock stops. Vander. Ortiz. Julian. Manuel won it back magnificently. This is a chance for Brazil, and they take it, and Ortiz is on target for them. Their leading goal scorer makes it 2-0. What a clinical finish this was. Ortiz one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and his low, accurate shot makes it 2-0. And that goal came with 9 minutes 35 seconds on the clock. Ledesma. Yeah, about Ledesma, who's already missed one match, but to deny Jorginho a third goal. Chiquinho. Sergio! He's popping up on that right-hand side, and they're having real problems cutting out that threat by Brazil. Jorginho. Oh, that is Vander with his second goal of the game. A cheeky little back heel after Jorginho had dragged the ball back. This really was a delightful goal. Less than 60 seconds remaining of the first period. Spain with possession. Ledesma, Llorente, Pato. Best chance of the game to date. Llorente with that snapshot. Neat ripple of passes. And that's the way forward for Spain. There was 3 or 4 attempts to tackle Vincentine before Spain won the kick-in. Incidentally, Brazil have rattled up the biggest score of the competition, beating Costa Rica 15-1 in a qualifying game. I think it'll be as one-sided as that in this match, but I think we can expect more goals from the Brazilians. Oh, and almost one for the Spanish team. Llorente sticking out of foot and almost sticking his side back into the game. Manuel. Alvaro tried that cheeky little back heel, which didn't quite come off. 11 is Llorente, still 3-0 to Brazil. 17 minutes left of the game. Alvaro! They just can't get past Serginho, who played in the successful 1989 Brazilian team that won this championship. And he looks like he's heading back for another final, especially if he makes more saves like that. And they almost score again through Firmino, the youngest player in the squad. Just needed a slightly more exaggerated touch by Firmino, and he'd have made it 4-0. Finally pulled a goal back for Spain. Terrific shot, right through the goalkeeper. I think Brazil will be a little bit disappointed with that goalkeeper then, because it was struck virtually straight at him. They raced into a 3-0 half-time lead in this semi-final against Spain, but have been unable to reproduce that sort of momentum in this second period. Spain want a timeout. Van der scores a goal. And the Spanish coach is absolutely furious because they were calling for a timeout as Van der struck that shot with real venom to claim his hat-trick. Sergio. Llorente. Well, when they count the outstanding players in this Brazilian team after tonight's semi-final, they'll have to include their goalkeeper Serginho. He's made a couple of really important blocks. And that's another one. He's having a splendid game. Didn't have to make a save there. Let in fewer goals in this competition than any other goalkeeper. And this is why. Llorente. Carlos. Paco. Llorente. Llorente again. To shave the top of the crossbar. Again, wasn't too far away to a goal. Seem to have a problem with Vonda. Suspect has a nosebleed here. He's indicating to his bench he's okay. I'm going to bring him off just in case. Coutinho on in his stead. Hernander's done quite a job for Brazil in this semi-final. 3 goals. The effective difference between the two teams. Oh, Jorginho almost squeezed one in. That was brave goalkeeping by Mikel. Almost resulted in another goal for Brazil. Would have been their 5th that it's crossed the line. Paco. Once again, unable to call the goalkeeper into the action. And Brazil want to change their goalkeeper. Now Serginho has been one of the stars of the team, and he quite rightly receives a very favourable reception as he leaves the field. And there's a chance for Mazureki to have a brief taste of the glory. Jorginho. Sergio! Brazil still looking to end on a flourish. That's the way they play their football. In the end, Mazureki didn't really have a save to make, did he? Also, a good deal of over-elaboration about Spain then. And we're inside the final minutes of this semi-final. The result in little doubt. Chiquinho. Sergio unable to keep it in play. It hasn't been Brazil's most impressive performance of these five-a-side World Championships. I think that came against Holland in their last match, as Pelé was watching them from the sidelines. But in the first half here, there was as good as anything we've seen in this competition. Oh. And they proved they're human too. Chiquinho with an outrageous miss. time of celebration because Brazil are through to the final of the second FIFA Indoor World Championships and repeat their success of 3 years ago when they won this competition in Holland. 3-0 up at half-time. Vanda scored a couple of goals to them. Ortiz popped one in too. They took their foot off the pedal a little bit in the second half. Vincentine pulled one back for Spain, but a fourth goal for Brazil by Vanda tied this one up. Brazil are through to the final to meet the USA. The final score, Brazil 4, Spain 1. The world champions of five-a-side football, Brazil, will defend their title against the United States in this, the final of the second FIFA Championship held in Hong Kong. The two-week competition reaches a climax as two countries who both have flourishing indoor leagues meet for the final, played here in the Hong Kong Coliseum. A hat-trick by number 12 Vanda, the captain of Brazil, ensured a semi-final win over Spain, but Ortiz is the squad's leading goal scorer, 10 now for him, and he's scored against the USA when the sides met in the second round of the competition. The USA lose 2 of their 12 through injury and suspension, It means number 4, Jeff Agus, will have to shoulder some of the responsibility of scoring the United States goals and the absence of the suspended Dale Irvine. Irvine is the squad's leading goal scorer. So the 1989 gold medalist Brazil face the 1989 bronze medalist, the USA. Incidentally, the US team are being cheered on tonight by about 50 sailors from the USS Kitty Hawk, which is anchored in Repulse Bay, close by Hong Kong. Vanda then for Brazil. Early touch for Jorginho. Brazil, remember, the current world five-a-side champions. They beat Holland 2-1 in the final back in 1989 in the Netherlands. Manuel Clavillo gets it clear. Here's Fernando Clavillo for the USA. It's virtually full inside the Hong Kong Coliseum. This auditorium holds about 10,000. And there's very little space. The best attendance they've had so far for these championships, 6,500. That easily surpassed tonight. Kick in then to the USA on the far side. In the 1989 final, Brazil and Holland were level, incidentally, at 1-1 at the interval. They went on to win that final. And they have possession here, Jorginho. Great close control, Jorginho. Constantly scored goals in Brazil's five-a-side national team. And really does like to dribble with the ball and shoot. Clavillo. Agus, Clavillo. Agus again. Clavillo. It's a tidy build-up by the USA, but with no great cutting edge at the moment. Bora. Now this is where Brazil can be so dangerous, turning defence into attack. Jorginho. With a push there by Manuel. And Andy Schmetzer. It takes a break, as does Clavillo. Mike Vindishman, number 5, is on for the US team. Well, the goalkeeper failed to hold it, and the first goal for Jorginho. That has to go down as a mistake by Victor Nogueira, and Brazil have the lead. There was that shot by Manuel. It dropped so invitingly for the Brazilian forward. Well, Dale Irvine picked up a second yellow card in yesterday's semi-final and is suspended for this game. This might mean that the US team find difficulty in scoring goals. Ibarra, the captain of the US team. Oh, that was a good shot by Ibarra. Allowed to run right round the back by the Brazilians. That was possibly going in. Clavillo. Schmetzer. Vindishman, the obvious option to his right. Jorginho. Bora. Schmetzer. Vindishman. Quality of shooting by the US team isn't to the highest order. Vindishman shot well off target. Vanda. Jorginho. Hardly a surprise that Brazil have managed to shut out the USA team so far. Brazil have only conceded 6 goals in the 7 games in which they've played here in Hong Kong. Their back door has remained tightly shut so far to the USA team. Oh, they might be through here. Guevara! He missed a handful of opportunities in the semi-final. It just doesn't seem to be the USA's day. That's where Guevara was denied. Manuel. Jorginho. Manuel drops to his left. Vander. Guevara. Good blocking there by Brazil. Their man marking was the highest order. That's why Guevara was unable to deliver the ball forward. Bora! Oh, they're level! It's a goal out of nothing. And I think the goalkeeper's view of the shot was blocked by Manuel. And Chico Bora scores his 6th goal of the championships. It's Brazil 1, the USA 1. Oh, relief at last for John Kowalski. They've chased this game for so long, and now the USA are back in it. Well, they say that when Bora plays well, so too do the rest of the USA team. He really has pointed the way forward now, and Bora has possession. Minutes and 19 seconds remain of this World Championship 5-a-side final between Brazil and the USA. The teams level at 1-1. Clavillo and Mark just out of your picture. Eck! This really is a purple patch for the USA team. Eck almost forcing the ball over the line. Sergio. Eck again. Might be an interesting proposition for the Brazilians to take a timeout now, because they're really under the cosh. Vander. Eck. Here come the USA again. Outrageous shots by Ted Eck, and suddenly the US team have found another gear. The excellent skill by Sergio, there was a foul, and another one there by Vindishman. Bit of a wrestling match there between Vindishman and Jorginho. Like Vindishman was doubtful to start this game because of a knee injury. When he made that challenge, though. Vander. Oh, they have a goal! Jorginho scored again! Brazil 2, the USA 1. And Jorginho cracked it on the blind side. And stole the ball through the legs of Nogueira. Oh, that's another brilliant stop to deny Agus. Serginho twice now has made important stops, and Agus goes close again. Oh, 3 real opportunities in the space of 60 seconds for the USA team. And the reflex of Serginho, the Brazilian goalkeeper, has kept his team ahead. for the ball. Jorginho has three. Banda. How very, very cruel. The USA came within a whisker of an equaliser, and then Brazil go to the other end of the field and snatch a third goal, which could take the game beyond the USA. It's going to take some brave American hearts out there to swing this game round again. And again, Jorginho with an excellent block. The reflexes of goalkeeper have to be absolutely spot on in these five-a-side rules, simply because the reaction time is so much greater because the distances are so smaller. Manuel, still Manuel, that's great acceleration. Oh! And almost a telling finish at the end of it. Look at the acceleration there of Manuel. His shot was only a couple of inches away. Back in 1989, Brazil took the lead in the final against Holland. Holland pulled them back to 1-1, and Brazil went on to win the final. We're going to have a similar scenario in Hong Kong. This time the frame of the goal denies Ted Egg. I'm trying to be unkind to the USA. I just can't imagine the Brazilians missing from that sort of range. Goose. Fernandez. Ortiz. Oh, that's great skill. Made contact with the shoulder of Agus rather than the ball. Launched himself at that volley. They certainly have the upper hand over the USA. Finishman. There's an air of resigned defeat in the eyes of John Kowalski. Certainly, unless his side can score a goal very quickly now, the last few minutes of the game will be a real anticlimax, unless the Brazilians can throw a few party tricks. Maybe they can do it now. Oh yes, they can. Manuel with a header. Only the fourth headed goal of the competition, and it's enough surely now to crown the world champions again. Flavio. Brazil happy to put all five players behind the ball. Flavio. Bora. I think it came off Agus, his own player. The replay will show us, indeed it did. Good stop by Sergio. It still hasn't been cleared. It has now, though. Sergio knows Brazil have won. 6 seconds on the clock. Jorgerio says to the Brazilian fans, make more noise, because it's celebration time. Brazil leading by 4 goals to 1. They're in touching distance of the World Championship. Just out to give picture, John Kowalski goes across and shakes the hand of Estacio Alfonso, concedes defeat because Brazil are the five-a-side world champions once again. They won in Holland in '89 and they've won again in Hong Kong in '92.